Good morning. This is Chris Arelt, Nautilus Architects, located in Old Lyme, Connecticut. This is Architecture Talks, and this morning I'm on the shores of Bayshun Lake, which is about a 275-acre lake in East Haddam, Connecticut. It's a little bit down right now. They've been working on the dam for a couple of years, so the water level's low. We had the opportunity a couple of years ago to do a really fantastic small, modern, seasonal residence on the shores here. There was a small seasonal cottage that we were able to use the footprint of that to allow us to build this new building where we did with slight variation. And so you can see how it's perched on this steep slope. It's kind of still tucked into the trees. We were able to keep a lot of the trees to make it as much of a tree house as a lake house. And logistically, obviously, it was challenging to get down this slope with all of the construction, and so it was a project that probably took close to 2 years, I guess, to realize. And it's 3 levels. It's 24 feet square, 3 levels. There's a 6-foot overhang on the roof, so you're able to get shelter for those interesting balconies that you can see protruding out. What I really want to focus on was the details. We're really fond of making small study models, be they basswood or foam core or chipboard, but that's really a great way to illustrate to the homeowner what it is that we're proposing. It's also educational for us to see in 3D what's really going on, and we usually make a couple of improvements while we're looking at the models and building them. So I wanted to show how one of the appealing things about the model is that it's always very simple. It's just a little wooden model. There's no differentiation of materiality, no extra pieces. Windows are just usually openings. So it has a really nice simplicity to it that's very appealing. And one of the things that I try to do is retain that simplicity as we develop the actual full-scale building. And so here you can see, for instance, we used aluminum frame windows, which have a nice narrow profile to them, and we were able to pull them out so that the shingles go right into the side of the window. There's no extra trim piece here. That keeps it very simple. And then, for instance, down here and above all the balconies, we have this railing system where there's actually a horizontal leg to this support that goes back and bolts into the framing. But by running the fascia along here, the skirt board here, right out to the edge of this vertical piece, you don't see that return back into the side of the balcony. So you just see this very simple, one simple vertical line there. We also, by the way, favor kind of galvanized or stainless steel rod systems over cable systems. They just seem to have more of a timeless simplicity to them. And you can also see how we've embedded these lights into these uplights into the deck. So those are lighting at each level up, not only the underside of the balconies and ultimately the roof at the top level, but then that actually is reflecting off those surfaces and into the interior of the house, so that a large portion of the artificial lighting inside the house is actually provided by these uplights outside the house. So this was a really important project for us. It led to other great modern opportunities, and we had a lot more things we could talk about here, but I just wanted to focus on the details. This is Chris Arelt, Nautilus Architects.